4 o'clock. Good to have you. Another miserable weather day here. But look,
you ain't kidding.
It brought something to mind. And I want to do this today because it's one of the only times we're going to be able to do it. I'm sure they'll make the announcement, I would think, at some point this summer about location. But let's put the draft to bed as it relates to us hosting it. Now that it's done, look, I would assume over the course of the last several years, COVID aside, you've seen what the NFL's roadshow looks like. We saw Nashville and Philly and Chicago and now Kansas City, and I'm probably forgetting one, Cleveland. My point is, this weather is what we are. This is every year. This is like the first game at Comerica where it was snowing. Like, I'm just throwing this out there. As a radio show, we want this draft to be kick-ass. Like, I am excited we get to do something fun. But I have to tell you, I'd be lying to you if I thought we were going to be able to make it look like these other cities. And I know Rico's got his James Bond Belle Isle plan that we know isn't happening, where all the draft picks are on hovercrafts in the green rooms in Canada. It's not happening. I want to know, as Detroiters, is this something you're actually going to go to? And second of all, are we the only ones who kind of look around the room going, is this city capable of this? Because let me be clear, hosting the Final Four is easier than this. The Final Four doesn't need to look cool. You just need bars and a stadium.
Nope. Worst case scenario, a bunch of umbrellas.
Right.
But
the
if
draft, this is like Woodstock.
In all fairness,
it's 37 degrees out.
I think this has probably been the worst start of May in a long time. Normally, we're in 60, 70-degree type of temperature. Like I said, the outlier in April was the one weekend for the spring game when it was 80 degrees. And then it's been this ever since. It's normally warmer. We're banking on that. But aesthetically, I don't know how they're going to have this thing looking downtown.
And the problem is a place like Kansas City as an example. Kansas City's between 70 and 85 this time of year. Rico, there's a chance this thing's like 48 degrees, 52 degrees.
David promised great weather.
Oh, please.
We're getting great weather. 4 days of sunshine.
I just wanted to know, like, not just the weather, but, like, I'm worried about, like, we don't have a city like these other places.
You don't, but you are hosting a fail-safe event. The NFL draft. Okay. Will people go? Absolutely. If it's torrential rain.
I want to know that, though, because I will tell you, watching these drafts, I walk away from it and I go, wow, people are animals. Like, I know people are listening right now. If you're a father of two, are you really bringing your kids down there?
Yeah. No. Father of two probably goes on Saturday.
Oh, where it starts to thin out a little bit.
Where now it's more fan-friendly. They probably have different tents and things like that for the kiddies. Thursday night is for hardcore fans. But as it progresses, by Saturday, even if you don't care, by Saturday, curiosity kicks in. And you're like, what if we just drive down to Detroit for a little bit and see what this draft's all about?
Let me be clear. I'm excited about the event, right? And I'm excited for Lion fans that if this is something they want to do, that's great. But this event and what the NFL has begun doing with it, this is something entirely different than anything we've hosted. You can talk about a Super Bowl. The Super Bowl never has 100,000 people congregating in an open-air venue.
You know what this is? This is the Super Bowl. We always say this is the Super Bowl for the Lions fans. This is the Super Bowl for fans, for just people who have regular salaries, who let's just plan this trip to Detroit. We can enjoy football. It's not $5,000 tickets to get inside of an arena. It's really stand out here and you're elbow to elbow with other fan bases and you can just have fun. This is the poor man's Super Bowl. Now, aesthetically, it shows off your city.
Yeah,
let's just call it what it is.
But that's the problem.
It just shows off your city. Vegas, you highlight all the different things. Kansas City, Nashville, all these places said, here's our beautiful city. Let's have the draft.
What are we highlighting? You better have a green screen.
Oh.
No, David, you can't tell me I'm wrong.
You mock the Avengers movie, CGI.
We need CGI.
Don't need CGI. This city
We
looks
need Mark
great.
Ruffalo as the Hulk.
This city looks great already. Let me give you this.
Wait, does it?
It does.
You sure about that?
It does, Mike. It does. But let me give you this. I'm not going to give you the numbers from the Cleveland draft because that was still pandemic. So I'm not going to really.
And it's Cleveland.
But I'm comparing it to Detroit, though, right? That's what we want to do. Weather-wise.
How dare you?
Weather-wise, it was gray. It was rainy for 2 days, except for Saturday. Sunshine came out. So that's what it did in Cleveland.
Okay.
So I'm just saying it would be better than that.
And the beauty of it is, I don't think most people even remembered because it was football.
No, this is just for us.
Yeah.
I'm just making the point, like.
I'll take bad weather if you make this city look good.
Yeah, but
I will take this weather with a beautiful city, with a background, with something that you could say.
Well, then you better put it in a different city.
Because there's only so
no
many
one
times.
has ever said the word beautiful as it relates to our city.
Only so many times you can show the Spirit and Joe Louis
right.
fist.
And by the way, Rico shot the stock footage of the Motown Museum that Fox uses.
It's still going to use the same stuff.
Like, unless you're going to do on a loop a giant green screen of Motown Museum, Spirit, fist, and Aretha's hat. I really don't know what the hell we're. Like, what's it going to look like?
They could also get the LED on top of Joe Louis. How it changes.
Hey, Olympia Entertainment.
I'm sorry, Little Caesars.
Olympia does wonderful artist renderings. Let's go to their rendering department. Maybe they could produce something for us. I would like to know, A, is this an event a year from now you're pumped up about? But B, come on, we're all Detroiters. This is a family conversation. Are you a little worried that we might show our ass with this event?
I am, because I want the city to look great, and I'm kind of worried about it.
David, what's the company that Steve Jobs founded? They did Toy Story. They do all the cartoon movies with the computer stuff.
Pixar?
Yeah. Can we get Pixar to come in?
Get the animation going. And
I don't know what we're going to do. Because Kansas City, they got this beautiful open-air park, and Chicago had Grant Park, and Nashville's Nashville. It's the whole damn thing's a hootenanny. My point is, we don't have that.
You better head over to Belle Isle.
Stop.
You got that. The giant slide.
Will Levis on a paddle boat.
Just one paddle.
Have the pigs come down on the giant slide?
Right, yes. The pigs come down on the giant slide.
All the pigs are on the Babalo boat. Instead of having the pigs go up on stage in Kansas City, we revived the Babalo Island. I just would like to know, because again, look, and we want this event to go great because obviously 97.1 will probably be in the middle of the damn thing. We want this to be cool. We want it to be a party because let's face it, it's going to take up a ton of our time. Mm-hmm. But look, guys, I'm also prepared for it. We're going to get crushed in the lead up to this event. Like we are a piñata for the rest of the country. So no one's really excited about this thing going to Detroit. Just wait. So it is imperative that this looks good. So I do wonder where the hell is now the NFL. I'll tell you this now. The NFL has not told Detroit where this thing's going. We're all sitting and waiting.
So you're saying it may be Detroit-ish?
No. They tell you when they're ready to get it done. Now, initial conversations happen, but the event, they'll tell you where it's going to go eventually. I'm fascinated where. And all district jokes aside, because Lord knows there's copious empty parking lots. You can't host this thing in a parking lot. So with all the parking lots that the Illiches own, that eliminates a lot of this town. No city's got more parking than we do. And considering there's a lack of human beings, you can see how there's a bit of an issue with that. Can you imagine if we just did this like a big tailgate party in a parking lot? Garbage cans on fire? Where's it going?
If you want the open space, I joke, but it is at Belle Isle. Now, logistically speaking, it's going to be ridiculous getting on and off the island because there's only one bridge.
Yeah,
that's it.
We've seen what that looks like. It's called Escape from New York. You can't get off of Belle Isle with 100,000 people. It'd be a state of emergency. What are you, piloting a sub?
No, I mean, eventually they just file out, and it's like the fireworks, Mike.
Oh.
They do it every year.
David, Rico's he's gonna be handing out swimmies. People are gonna be swimming their way off the island.
They do it every year with the fireworks. They put a lot of people on the island.
Do they have 100,000?
But if you plan to get, what was it,
Yeah.
365,000, I believe, at Kansas City?
Wait, they got 365?
I thought so, yeah.
Are you serious? If it's 365, forget it.
I'm thinking what probably will happen from Campus Martius all the way back to the river. That's all blocked off, and that's just people on top of people.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine being a business owner? Oh, dear Lord.
You know
No,
what?
I know.
No. But if you're a business owner, either if you're a food place, you're probably gonna run out of food because people are gonna be stuck there, and the stage can either be set up, I think, like near the Campus Martius area, or
Well, they know where they're going to place everything already.
I was about to say
No, I was talking with Jimmy. Those decisions have not been made.
I thought it was already made.
No, the NFL engages you when they're ready to do this.
or you have
That's my understanding.
or you know what, you do it at Hart Plaza. There's a
So-
stage already built there.
So it was 300,000 over 3-day span.
Thank God. Okay, I thought.
So
David,
about, yeah.
So we can do Belle Isle.
About 100,000 each day?
We can do, Mike, you've never been to the fireworks. Belle Isle is jam-packed. People get out there starting at 6 in the morning.
what's the actual acreage of Belle Isle?
Oh.
A lot. Let's look it up.
I remember
Go to
years
the
ago
abacus.
in a prior lifetime on this show in the mid-2000s, we talked about turning it into a horse track.
982 acres.
I got enough to get a 1.5 mile oval on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got more than enough for that.
Sure do.
Call it Motown Park. We'll bring the Michigan Million Mile back. Let's do this.
For horse racing?
I'm kidding. It would
Yeah,
be the worst idea
after
in
the
history.
draft is
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
It'd be like after the Olympics leave town.
All the fake stadiums, I just claim one. 248-539-9797. But let's get into it a little bit because a year from now, it's either going to be, wow, that was a really good time, or uh-oh. Or we're going to be a national punchline.
Better chances. Detroit fixes itself up or better weather.
Abe, all right, ready? We're ready for this draft. The weather actually works out, or progress at District Detroit that we care about.